Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Dominate the Great Voyage. Starting from Summoning 10 Espada 31. Chapter 31 The Horror of the King. The extra useless things in the warehouse were sorted by Davy and put into the king's warehouse. Otherwise, Davy's face darkened when he looked at those fragrant paper towels and fulling mustard. Oh, by the way, the fulling mustard has been eaten, and Sister Bay likes it. Davy took out the all-attribute enhancement potion advanced from the warehouse, and then took out the heart of the king. Both of these are items that were summoned together the last time Yami was summoned. After removing the cork, Davy raised his head and drank the entire stat-boosting potion in one gulp. Soon, after a minute, Davy felt a special feeling of fire, spicy and numbness all over his body. After 10 minutes, Davy found that the attributes of his body had increased tenfold. He opened his palm and clenched a fist suddenly. Bang! There was a scream in the air, and Davy's fist clenched the air and airflow. The author of Low Emotional Intelligence. It's right to be awesome anyway. Feel good. Some discomfort moved his butt. Feeling the enhancement of his body in all aspects, Davy smiled with satisfaction. That's right, it's really amazing to improve the attributes of all attributes. Davy feels he needs to change his pants now, which are about to burst. This kind of distress, only the handsome readers who have been so handsome since childhood can feel the same. Not enough for outsiders. Next, this is the thing. Looking at the golden heart in his hand, Davy gulped. This heart is still beating. Are you sure it's okay to eat this thing? Open black lens bracket heart of the king, close black lens bracket. Quality. Gold. Feature. King's Gold Experience. Introduction. After taking it, the eater will have a heart that is not afraid of fear in the abyss of hell. Eat it, boy. Don't you aspire to be the invincible king of a generation? ... With a gold quality special item with 3 question marks, Davy knows that this thing is definitely not a simple thing. Just reading the introduction shows how powerful this heart is. System, I ate this, is it harmful to me? But after a little hesitation, Davy asked the system directly. This heart seems to be alive, as if the owner of the heart is still alive, so the heart is not dead, and continues to beat. Davy didn't say that he felt a strange feeling inside, that was the ghost. No, all the summons in the system will not appear to have items that are unfavorable to the owner. The system answered truthfully. Then I'm relieved. Oh. Whoops, I almost said it. Davy stopped procrastinating and devoured the king's heart in one bite. Hiccup. This beating heart is a little unexpectedly delicious. It still tastes like jelly, with the sweet and icy taste of watermelon. No response. After eating, Davy quietly waited for his own changes. But after 10 minutes passed, he didn't find out whether the king's heart had any effect. It was at this moment, just as Davy was about to call. A terrifying coercion erupted from him, followed by another powerful awakening, rushing out of the body. The coercion of gold and the arc of lightning that formed 3 colors of gold, black and purple formed a field, and the clouds in the sky outside the palace were affected by these 2 forces, and the clouds began to collide and flow upstream. The clouds on the sky were split in half. A terrifying coercion shrouded the entire capital, and the black-purple horror conqueror's hockey wanted to succeed, but was suppressed by a golden aura. The commoners in the capital only felt their hearts sink and their heads dizzy, but they recovered quickly. Make them feel strange. So strong. I've awakened conqueror's hockey. And this golden aura is also hockey. Davy himself is most aware of his own changes. In his perception, his physique and spirit are constantly getting stronger. Davy has soared from more than 1.8 meters to a height of 2.2 meters. Soon, his mind suddenly became clear, and he understood why. The king's heart has given him a heart that is not afraid of fear in the abyss of hell, and has become an inextinguishable king who is tenacious and indestructible. The immortal physique of the king, the immortal spirit of the king. There are also several terrifying abilities that come with it. King's Fist. After punching 100 times in a row, it gathers terrifying power and forms a blow that destroys the city and destroys the country. Awakening of the King. Awaken the hidden power of being a king. King Deterrence. The majesty of the domineering king, combined with Conqueror's hockey, can break out a more terrifying spiritual shock. ... Gone. This wave of my own is really an epic step up. Davy looked at his own rank in the panel properties. From the 4th rank, it has increased by another rank. 5th stage. Woohoo takes off. Dominate the Great Voyage. Starting from Summoning 10 Espada. Chapter 32 Union, Remlum. It turned out that the golden majesty and domineering aura was his kingly deterrent ability. Even Conqueror's haki would be suppressed by it. It's hard to imagine this power. What a devastating blow to those who have the qualifications of kings in this world. Do you have Conqueror's haki? I have it too, and I have the kingly deterrent that can directly crush your Conqueror's haki. The red hair came to be dumbfounded. This wave of epic enhancements, Davy said he was very satisfied, but this time he really needed to change his pants. Not only did the pants become torn leggings, they almost all became shorts. 2 maids were summoned, under the eyes of the 2 maids who were full of affection, blushing and dripping blood. Davy changed into a proper king's clothes. After changing clothes, the 2 maids left the hall almost with their legs crossed. These 2 little girls are terrible. Davy breathed a sigh of relief. These 2 maids were too bold, and they wiped him up and down during the change of clothes. Fortunately, Davy is a decent guy, or else they'll get away with it. Well, it's really just that Davy doesn't like them. My harem is all over the heavens and the world, and one day I will be able to summon it. Ace Day, King Arthur Heijun, Urza, Irena. Stop it. Time to do the right thing. After putting aside all the fantasies in his mind, Davy entered the universe again. Little pig, start the 10 consecutive golden summons. When you have money, Mr. Davy will not draw any silver 10 consecutive. What is the silver summon? The gold summon is the most fragrant at present. Quote. Ding, you have consumed 10,000 origin points to perform a 10 consecutive golden summons. Ding, you performed a 10 consecutive golden summons and obtained the following items. Ding, congratulations on getting the king gloves. Ding, congratulations on getting the essence of soul crystal core times 100. Ding, congratulations on getting the invitation letter from another world dimension times 1. Ding, congratulations on getting the summoned character, Sect Master Yun Lan Yun Yun. Ding, congratulations on getting the cannon fodder virtual times 15,000. Ding, congratulations on obtaining the adoration of the gods from other worlds. Ding, congratulations on getting Jillian Manos Grande times 10. Ding, congratulations on getting thank you for your patronage. Ding, congratulations on getting thank you for your patronage. Ding, congratulations on getting the summoned character, Ghost Twins Lemrum. System, I thank you Big Nico. System, give me a good explanation, why are there 2 more thank you for your patronage? Davy held back his temper and asked the system with a kind smile on his face. This is a normal operation master, and I'm just a program, you are the one who summons the heavens and the world. The system said that it did not take the blame and kicked Davy himself. Really have your dog system. Forget it, for the sake of my wife Union and Remrum, I won't care about you this time. The universe disappears, and Davy, who maintains the concept of deposit in Kabuto, has once again deposited the origin point. Davy only performed 1 golden 10 consecutive summons, and he kept the remaining more than 9,000 origin points. I plan to wait for the platinum summoning pool to open before drawing a higher level summoning pool. Some characters and items that are too powerful will not appear in the gold summoning pool. The upper limit of the gold summoning pool is level 6, and the existence of a higher level can only be summoned by unlocking a higher level summoning pool. Davy didn't rush to summon the 3, but first checked other items. Open black lens bracket King gloves close black lens bracket. Quality, gold. Effect, power speed plus 15%, spiritual fighting spirit plus 20%, and there is a 0.7% chance to trigger Wrath of the King. Introduction. King's special equipment, after collecting the whole set, it will have special effects. Open black lens bracket invitation letter from another world dimension close black lens bracket. Quality, gold. Effect, after using the invitation letter, you can open the door of the other world, build the door of the dimension, and go to another world. Introduction. This is the key to the door to the new world. Boy, do you have a world you want to go to. Open black lens bracket the love of otherworldly gods close black lens bracket. Quality, effect, you are adored by gods and your charisma is plus 999. Introduction. As the great summoner of the heavens and the world, you are watched by a god from another world. She has fallen in love with you madly and wants to devour you. Try to be strong, boy. The deep love of a 12th order Lord God is not so easy to bear. Outrageous. It's just outrageous. Fucking open the door to outrageous home. Is this special girl also a summon reward? What Davy didn't know was that the breath he had summoned from that other world many times was noticed by the goddess Ming. The other party devoured the origin point, and only after finding that it was helpful to break through did he set his sights on him. And he also used the big deduction technique to see a glimpse of his future, and saw his stalwart attitude, so he fell in love with him. Love to ultimate is a sick child. Come out, Union Lemrum. After reading the functions of several items, Davy temporarily forgot about the morbid love of the goddess for him. 2 summoning Uzumaki unfolded, and a tall, beautiful purple-haired shadow stepped out of Uzumaki. The 2 little heads of one blue and one pink also stuck their heads out of the other Uzumaki, saw Davy on the throne, his eyes lit up, and he stepped out from the inside. The sect master of Yunlin sect, Yun, is loyal to you, your majesty the king. Remrum, have you met the king? Dominate the great voyage. Starting from summoning 10 Espada. Chapter 33 The beloved Espada and the king. 2 delicate twin sisters and a person with a peerless and peaceful face, but Oni-san is half kneeling under his throne at this moment, with a touch of grace and nobility that cannot be concealed in plain clothes. It's no wonder Davy doesn't feel fully satisfied. Get up, Yun, Remrum. Davy raised his hand and dragged the trio up with a force so strong. Single quote. As soon as Yun felt Davy's power, she resisted subconsciously, but found that she couldn't break free from this power for a while. Fortunately, this force only helped them up, so she just let it go. Looking at Yun's quiet little expression, Davy snickered and checked the panels of the 3 of them. Open black lens bracket cloud rhythm close black lens bracket. Rank. Samsung Duhuang. Race. Human. Talent. Talented. Abilities fighting skills. Fighting chi, extreme wind, meteor killing, wind pushing force, split wind spinning dance. Weapon. Yunji sword. Comprehensive evaluation. The 5th order powerhouse in the world has limited potential and is difficult to ascend to the emperor. Yun was dressed in a tight-fitting golden robe inlaid with purple and 3000 blue silk, and was pulled into the shape of a phoenix roaring. The face is quiet and beautiful, like a round of clear springs in Yamanaka, which makes people feel in awe because of their noble status, but they can't help but give birth to a little thought. The full text summarizes one sentence, beautiful bubbling. After checking the information, Daizai carefully scanned Yun's whole body several times. Difficult to reach the realm of Dodi. Just kidding, with him around, Emperor Do is just a starting point in the future. Quote ? Seeing that Davy was staring at him all of a sudden, Yun's beautiful cheeks flushed with a snort. What is this guy staring at me for? Yun clenched her fists nervously, her eyes a little erratic. Davy then clicked on the panel of the 2 Remlum sisters. Open black lens bracket character close black lens bracket rem. Level. 3rd order. Race. Ghost. Talent. Ghost. Abilities. Omnipotent housework, ghost transformation, magic. Weapon. Meteor hammer. Comprehensive evaluation. A superficial compliment but a vicious tongue, an almighty battle made at work. Open black lens bracket ram close black lens bracket. Level. 3rd order. Race. Ghost. Talent. Ghost. Abilities. Ghosting, wind control, magic. Weapon. None. Comprehensive evaluation. A working idiot who has recovered the ghost horns, with a little more effort, he can break through the 4th order. The ghost horn that was cut off actually recovered. Davy was stunned. It looked like the ghost horn on Ram's head had already been chopped off at this time. As a result, the summoned Ram actually recovered his ghost horns. This summoning pool is afraid that there is some kind of repairability, just to give the summoner the best side of the summoned character and the best state. Let's go, let's welcome the return of the heroes of Guise. After procrastinating for so long, Hannibal and the others should have arrived at the palace soon. Davy walked out of the palace with the 3 of them looking puzzled. Your Majesty the King. Outside the door, the guards hurriedly saluted Davy when they saw him. As for why there is a beautiful woman in the palace of His Majesty the King, and 2 lovely maids in maid costumes, the guards did not dare to ask, and did not dare to take a second glance. Didn't the three adults Ulquiorra, Tia, and Yami appear out of nowhere? It's okay, go ahead and do your thing. Davy waved to several people. Yes. The guards got up and continued to stand guard. After Davy left with the three of them, the guards still dared not open their mouths to talk, and they kept their posts diligently. In the royal capital, the civilians on the streets blocked both sides of the main road, watching the Espada legions coming in from outside the city gate. Did they really beat Marine Buster Call? Sri Lanka, even Marine Admiral and Vice Admiral are no match for adults. Yeah, I didn't expect our king to have such a terrifyingly powerful subordinate. Thank you, Christie. His Majesty the King and his men have kept our country. Ha ha ha, long live His Majesty the King, destroy the two countries, kill the celestial dragons, and defeat the Buster Call Marine Admiral. I'm going to sign up for the army. I'll go as well. Quote. Listening to the crowd of two people on the main street, Hallibal's calm and indifferent eyes showed a different look. Even Yami, who looked down on weak existences, grinned at the sound of praise and reverence flying all over the sky. It turns out that it is such a refreshing thing to be praised and revered by so many people. Quote. Ulquiorra's face was indifferent throughout the whole process, but his heart was very speechless. Because there are many women and girls from good families who show their love to him loudly. Some girls even boasted that he had always had a cold face, but fought for the king and kept their country and homeland. This weird combination of acting styles is just too cute. Even the Jillian Manos Grandes who carried the broken parts of the warship and trapped Marines prisoners, like the Jillian Manos Grandes who went to the street to buy food, have civilians who like them. Dominate the Great Voyage, starting from Summoning 10 Espada. Chapter 34 Christie who shocked the world again. Everyone, welcome to our Espada Legion's victory, Guy is back. On the wall of the palace gate, Davy wearing a crown, his majestic and domineering voice, under the action of the speaker, instantly conveyed the entire royal capital. King, it's the king. The king, I want to marry you. Quote. As soon as Davy's voice came out, everyone's eyes and voices turned to him in the direction of the city gate. In this country, King Davy is undoubtedly the most popular and the most important person. If it weren't for him to turn the tide, Christie's kingdom would have ceased to exist. They are also about to become slaves to others, so the commoners of Christie Kingdom, the most favorite person is Christie Davy. In this kingdom, Davy appears as the son of God sent by the gods to save them. There are always powerful adults beside him from time to time, like a priest who assists Davy, the son of God. Defeat one enemy after another, disaster after disaster for him. Under Davy's inspiring and wonderful speech, the people wept in tears, and they loved and supported the kingdom and the king even more. I love this country even more. Even the people of the two destroyed countries have been influenced. With such a powerful country in front of them, why are they hesitating? Of course, join the kingdom and become a loyal citizen. They were originally civilians living in the island nation of Konoma. Turning their heads to join the kingdom that destroyed their original country, for them, it is equivalent to returning to their hometown. As for hatred or something, the dead royal king is a traitor minister. Christie's army didn't slaughter them, and of course they were happy to submit to a very powerful one. A kingdom where even Marine Buster Call and Admiral are helpless. The festive banquet of Christie Kingdom continued for 3 days and 3 nights. On the other hand, naval headquarters, world government and the whole world have exploded. Buster Call breaks down, Marine escapes. Close double-angle bracket. Soon after, the news featured a world news poster that quickly spread around the world. At first people just got the newspaper and thought it should be, Buster Call Encirclement and Suppression, the Destruction of Christie Kingdom. Close double-angle bracket. As a result, I took a closer look and found that the Buster Call led by Kizaru Admiral launched by Marine fell into the sand. Marine was defeated by the mysterious army of Christie Kingdom. It also detailed the process of the battle between the two sides. 4th Espada Ulquiorra, 10th Espada and Yami Yargo of the 0th Blade. There is also Tia Hallibal, who is unknown for the time being, but whose strength is not trivial. The 3 men lead the Manos Grande Legion, Jillian Manos Grande, cannon fodder, and more. After this war, the kingdom of Christie once again detonated the whole world and shocked the whole world. Even the Buster Call led by Marine Admiral Kizaru failed to take Christie Kingdom. Before he even got to the door, he was blocked by the Manos Grande army led by the mysterious Espada army, caught by surprise, and fled in embarrassment. Marine has directly become the laughingstock of various forces in the world, big and small. Naval headquarters. Snapped. What the hell is going on this time? In the marshal's office, Sengoku's face was extremely gloomy, and he questioned in a bad tone. Sengoku-san, this time our enemy is very difficult. Facing Sengoku's questioning, Pulsolino showed helplessness and began to explain vividly. Although the world news described a lot of fighting episodes at the time. But there are still some places that Pulsolino has not personally experienced, and only what he said is the clearest and most convincing. Quote. After listening to Pulsolino's detailed explanation, the Marine executives in the entire marshal's office fell silent. The Kingdom of Christie, the legion directly under King Davy, the Legion of Espada. There is also Jillian Manos Grande, who is like a ghost of hell, ordinary virtual. Even Pulsolino felt the tricky speed and terrifying power. Wuxia, this guy is only the fourth Espada. Pulsolino fell into a situation where he was suppressed and beaten by the opponent all the way. Not to mention there are two other Espadas, the 10th Zero Espada, Yami Yargo. Tia Halibal is the Espada of the first few no matter what. But what about the other Espadas? It hasn't appeared yet, but since there are three of them, then several other Espadas must also exist. In other words, there is another 4 Emperors level force in this sea. Sengoku's heart sank to the bottom. This is a terrible force that must not be ignored no matter what. No one knows where they came from and why they are so powerful. It is a brand new mysterious race that the world does not know. From what Pulsolino knew, Wuxia called themselves Manos Grande. Not pure human beings, but a race similar to hell demons. But all of this clearly points to one person. Christie, Davy. Less than a week after he ascended the throne, he has turned the tide, madly killed the CP4 organization, wiped out the 2 countries, and beheaded the celestial dragon St. Charles. Dominate the Great Voyage. Starting from summoning 10 Espada. Chapter 35 Marine prestige is damaged, the screaming flying squirrel. This young king is the most mysterious guy. Judging from the information provided in the materials, before he registered for the throne, he was just an ordinary member of the royal family. After the death of other members of the royal family and the old king, he became the only royal bloodline to ascend the throne. At this moment, a Davy full of mystery was born. Began his crazy enthronement revenge bloody road. All the Marine executives who read the information on the materials and listened to Pulsolino's vivid explanation were all surprised and shocked. This is a kingdom with 4 emperors level combat power. So what is our response now? Continue to convene the Buster Call, and the 2 admirals will take revenge on the Kingdom of Christie and wash away the shame, disgrace. The ghost spider was wrapped in bandages, and his tone was full of indignation. More than 4,000 Marine officers and soldiers, 1 Marine elite vice admiral and 6 rear admiral died, and the flying squirrel vice admiral is still alive and dead. He can't wait for naval headquarters to reconvene a dozen Marine vice admiral now, and then 2 or 3 admiral level combat forces will lead the Buster Call to launch a vengeance against Christie again. Christie is really a big problem, and the failure of the Buster Call has taken a huge toll on Marine's reputation. All over the world, a lot of underworld forces have risen for a while, crazily suppressing Marine branch bases. Although the suppression has been carried out and many pirates have been eliminated, Marine's prestige has been seriously damaged. On the side, Crane Vice Admiral said with a solemn expression. No one expected that a Buster Call led by Marine Admiral himself would be blocked and evacuated. That's why Marine's prestige and face were suddenly greatly damaged, which made many underworld forces feel that Marine was nothing more than that. Even an unknown little kingdom can defeat them. A wanted notice. Marshal Sengoku asked a Marine Vice Admiral executive. He is Vice Admiral, the Minister of Foreign Education, and his department is generally responsible for the generation of wanted orders. Post wanted. Just as Sengoku was about to announce the amount of the wanted notice, the phone bug in front of him suddenly called. Blulu Blubble. Kacha. Mosamoshi, I'm Sengoku. Sengoku answered the phone questioningly, but the voice coming from the other end made his face change suddenly. Moses, I'm Christie Davy. Nani. Sengoku's eyes widened in an instant, his pupils contracted, followed by a rage, but he was quickly suppressed by him. As Marshal Marine, he must not show his anger, gaffe and madness in front of the enemy. Under this kind of out-of-control emotional fluctuations, one's own thinking will be affected to a certain extent, allowing the enemy's trickery to succeed. Sengoku, who had regained his calm state of mind, suppressed the anger in his body and said, "What do you mean by calling this phone bug?" Christie 3. Quote exclamation mark quote. Hearing this, all the high-ranking Marines in the marshal's office fell silent, and many of the high-ranking officers stood up instantly and listened carefully to the conversation between the two. "Hehe, Marshal Sengoku, don't be so nervous, I'm here to make a deal with you." Davy's laughing voice came from the phone bug, and Sengoku said with a dark face, "Deal? What deal?" Marine is a Davy who won't let it go. Don't make another mistake. If you are willing to bring your legion into Marine's system, Marine can let it go. Sengoku actually fights Davy's Espada Corps' attention. A group of Marine executives frowned. But thinking of the outrageously strong Espada Corps on the other side, I felt relieved. Jowan should be Jowan. If it can be successful, it will be better than a bloody battle. 1 or 2 Marine vice admirals, 6 rear admirals, dozens of colonels and thousands of Marines died. No matter how many times the Shichibukai once killed, Marine still sent them back. Hehe, Marshal Sengoku's attention is quite good. Davy's laughing voice came again, but his tone suddenly became indifferent. But the question is, are you Marines compatible? Does it match? In a word, all Marine was completely black-faced at the scene. Forget it, this king didn't purposely call you today to talk nonsense with you. Listen to this, Mr. Vice Admiral first. On the other side, Davy in the dungeon sat on a luxurious leather chair, his palms waving. The 2 guards standing in the dungeon cell held the phone bug in front of him. Quote. The flying squirrel vice admiral was covered in wounds, glared at Davy with a stubborn expression, and kept his mouth tightly shut, ignoring Davy's measurements at all. Want to use him to prove that he is captured, and then blackmail Marine to make demands in order to redeem him. It's out of the question. PFF'd. The guards on the side were suddenly furious, and dared to despise their respected king, damn it. He stepped forward and drew out a long sword that was just 2 slashes. Seeing that the flying squirrel was still silent, he reached out and grabbed a handful of salt and sprinkled it directly on the wound on the flying squirrel's back. Ah, bastard. Lord Marshal, leave me alone, even if first die, Marine is not allowed to compromise. Severe pain instantly filled the body, and the flying squirt screamed and wailed at the same time. The flying squirrel is still alive. Hearing the screams of the flying squirrels, the Marine executives were moved. Please like and subscribe.